What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Dropping the Mics. I'm Brent Clemmer, your host, and we've been on quite a long hiatus for this show. We had a lot of stuff going on, getting some other shows off the ground, and just managing the network and stuff. Happy to be back. Happy to be bringing this back to you daily. Having the show a little bit earlier today. We are going to go back to the regular time of about 4 o'clock, or maybe we'll keep it earlier so that you guys can watch it throughout the day whenever you guys want. In saying that, lots of interesting stuff around the league. Obviously, had to catch up on some of the other sports that I don't follow too closely when I'm not doing this show. But nonetheless, we got lots of great content for you guys coming up around the network and here on this show as well. So make sure you go check out some of our other shows, including Flyers Alley, Dusty Buttes, the Three Pointer Podcast, and premiering July 11th, the Rumble Fumble Live Show. All of these shows are presented by Old City Sports, and you can go find them all on our website, ocs.com, oldcitysports.com, spelled OLDE, citysports.com. And in saying that, we'll get right into this episode for you guys today. So last night we had quite an event in the NBA. There's a question for you guys, but the Suns defeated the Bucks 118-105 to take a 1-0 series lead at home. So congratulations to Suns and their fans, as it has been a while since they have made the NBA Finals. I believe it's over 20 years. It's way over 20 years, almost 30 years. That was a pretty interesting game. Phoenix had a big game from Chris Paul. Realistically, him and Devin Booker carried that team, although DeAndre Ayton was a monster on the boards for the Suns. He had 19 rebounds. And it was just they played well all around at home in front of their home crowd. I do not have the Suns winning that series, but oh well, I look like an idiot on our other podcast, but it's fine. The Suns did win at home, so I'm not too worried about that. I still got Milwaukee in 5 or 6. Giannis made his return last night, and he had 20 points, 17 rebounds, and 4 assists. He had a pretty big game, especially considering that it was his first game back after that hyperextension of the knee. That was unfortunate to see him go down like that, but he did play, at least for coming back, an amazing game. And it appears that he is at least at 90% health. He's fully explosive, and he looks like the normal himself. Obviously, there's a little rust there. But in saying that, he is looking like he'll be able to stick around for the series, pending something going terribly wrong and him re-injuring that by some means. Obviously, there's no prediction that anyone could go out in the series. Speaking about injuries, Chris Paul did come out after the conference finals and say that he has torn ligaments in his left hand. So that's unfortunate for him too. He has really bad luck in the finals with injuries and his whole career. If you remember that one year when I believe they were up 3-2 against the Warriors while he was in Houston, he got injured with a right hamstring strain and he missed the rest of the series, and the Warriors took that series from Houston. So obviously it's tough to see a player like that have that bad luck, but he looked like he was in full swing last night, as he did have 32, 4, and 9, looking like better than his usual self. Devin Booker had 27, 2, and 6. Ayton had 22 points, 19 rebounds, which is absolutely insane. And Cam Johnson was a little bit of a firecracker off the bench, having 10, 3, and 2. Other notable players for the Suns, Jay Crowder played absolutely horribly offensively, but he was an absolute monster on defense, caused a lot of turnovers, broke up a lot of plays, and the Suns just looked dominant over the Milwaukee Bucks anyways, and it's hard to say what that is. Both teams have a total of one player with NBA Finals experience, so it is going to take a little bit of time feeling out this different atmosphere. A lot of young guys playing, a lot of guys in their first playoffs. That's including Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. But in saying that, I think it's going to be a fun, good series all around, and I'm looking forward to the next game, which is Thursday, and that starts at 8 p.m. And moving on into the NHL. The Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals is tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern in Tampa. It is first chance for Tampa Bay Lightning to close out Stanley Cup Finals in their own building, in their history. Really cool to see that. Obviously, great news for them. And yeah, it's looking cool. What's going on, Eric? Nice to see you out here, and hope all is well with you, buddy. So yeah, Tampa up 3-1 against Montreal. They did lose in Montreal in Game 4. It's kind of hard to say what happened there, but I mean, they want to win at home anyway, so I don't see any harm or any foul there. Speaking about Game 4 in Montreal, after the game, there was tear gas deployed by the Montreal police, which is obviously not a fun experience. Apparently the fans were getting crazy, as I'm sure most of you have seen on social media and around really just anywhere you look. You hear about Canadiens fans and flipping cop cars and stuff. I mean, apparently there was no warning to disperse, but in saying that, the use of tear gas was justified, and the Montreal police are defending their decision. And sorry about that. We're having a little bit of connectivity issues. In other NHL news, unfortunately, the young goaltender, 24-year-old Kivlenix, did pass away due to a mortar that hit his chest on the 4th of July. That did happen at his goalie coach's home, which is very, very unfortunate to see. Obviously, nothing you can really do about it. It's a freak accident, and it's really sad to see a guy that young go. And obviously, prayers up to his family and everything around that, because it's just so tragic, and you hate to see that. So for the NHL, that is all we have for today. Tomorrow we'll have a little bit more news on that, as the game is tonight. We may have a Stanley Cup champion tomorrow, as Stanley Cup will be in Tampa tonight. Moving on into the Euro Cup. The Euro Cup semifinal, England versus Denmark, is at 3 p.m. Eastern today, and that's going to be a fun matchup. Denmark has in the past proven that they can defy the odds, as they did win the Euro Cup in 1992. Been some time since then, but the underdogs looking to make a second appearance and potentially win a second Euro Cup. However, I do have England winning that game. Denmark overcame the Czechs 2-1 in the quarterfinal, and England overcame Ukraine 4-0. As I did say, the winner of this does determine who plays Italy in the Euro Cup final, which is on 3 p.m. Eastern Sunday. So Italy did end up beating Spain in penalties. The final score of that game was 1-1, and Spain won 4-2 in penalties. Spain lost 4-2 in penalties. So we will see Italy making their Euro Cup appearance. And as I said, they will be facing up against either England or Denmark. Speaking of that Spain Italy matchup, a Spanish player has come out and claimed that it's an unfair advantage to shoot first in the penalties. I don't disagree with them, but I also don't think that's going to change, because what are you going to do about it? So there's no real merit there. Sounds like an excuse to losing for me, but it is what it is, and we will find out who is playing in the final today. after the game, which starts at 3 p.m. Eastern. So if you're into soccer, go check that out. On to the MLB. Lots of games in the MLB yesterday. The Pirates beat the Braves 2-1. The Orioles beat the Jays 7-5. The Marlins beat the Dodgers 2-1. The Phillies beat the Cubs in a high-scoring game, 15-10. Tigers fell to the Rangers 10-5. The Astros beat the A's 9-6. The Royals beat the Reds 7-6. The White Sox beat the Twins 4-1. The Angels defeated the Red Sox 5-3. The Cards beat the Giants 6-5, and the Yankees beat the Mariners 12-1 in an absolute blowout. And the Nationals fell to the Padres 7-4. So lots of games there. Lots of games you can check out today. I'm not going to list them off just for the aspect of time, but there is lots of great MLB matchups for you today. So if you're into baseball, go check those out. Other news in baseball, big headline is the trade Rowdy Tellez to the Brewers for Trevor Richards and Bowden Francis. Tellez did spend his entire tenure of his career with the Jays, which has been 4 years so far. Trevor Richards is a good relief pitcher that fills a void for the Jays and what they need. And Bowden Francis is a minor league starter. In saying that, I think this is a necessary trade. It definitely had to happen. It was necessary. It made a lot of sense because it was kind of becoming apparent that Tellez's tenure in Toronto was coming to an end regardless. So both teams benefited here, I think, and I think Toronto got what they could have for Tellez. In saying that, guys, not a whole lot of stuff going on other than that. In the match, which featured Bryson and Rogers, who ended up beating Phil and Tom. So, I mean, if you're into golf and you're into some comedy, go check that out. That was a fun match to watch, but it means nothing, so it really doesn't matter. So in saying that, guys, if you're watching this, make sure you go check out Old City Sports. It's an awesome network. It's who I'm with, who my other shows are with, and make sure you go check out the shows there. If you're a hockey fan, check out Flyers Alley and the Dusty Buttes. If you're a football fan, the Rumble Fumble live show is coming to our network in a couple days, premiering. Make sure you're there for the first episode. That's going to be absolutely awesome. Can't wait to check that out. Lots of great personalities on that show as well as the other shows. Also, you can check out the 3-Pointer, which is hosted by yours truly. In saying that, guys, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and cheers.